Absolutely, yeah. Fifth bout of the night. Sonny Santiago, the ACC's Wrestler of the Week after his win over Ed Scott of NC State last week. He goes up against Jared Keslar of Pitt, a redshirt freshman.
And that win for Santiago brings him into the Intermat rankings at 33 as 4 wins by major decision this year. Against Jared Keslar, who 12-12 record, very good ACC wrestler, very talented. It's going to be, I know Santiago's the one with the number next to his name, but Keslar right up to the level of Santiago.
Both of these wrestlers getting here with momentum. Keslar an 11-3 major in the duel against Duke last week. He beat Logan Ferrero of the Blue Devils. A 36-9 team victory by Pitt, a Pitt team that entered that duel last week against Duke, having dropped 5 of their last 6 duels. But it's been a daunting schedule for Keith Gavin's team. And so far tonight, North Carolina taking 3 of the first 4 bouts, but yet from an individual perspective, Nick, the win that Pitt did earn, the Cole Matthews over Lackland McNeil at 141, arguably the most important.
When you're looking at individuals, which in wrestling is usually what you're doing, that one was the most important match, the 22 against the 5, and Matthews not really the caliber of the 22nd ranked wrestler in the country, more like a top 10. So that was a huge win for him, but North Carolina is controlling this duel and trying to keep it going with Santiago, who's feeling good.
And Santiago with the 3 as he establishes control. Second bout in a row. Scott at 149, now Santiago at 157. Aggression from the get-go, earning the 3 in the opening 2 minutes of the match. They go, they'll return to center with just over a minute to go in the period. Here's how Santiago scored first.
On a good takedown, there's another one. Using that trip with the high single, brings down Keslar, gets a 3 points. That's another match. We're seeing a first period takedown, which is what Coach Ramos wanted to see, and probably a big reason that North Carolina's winning this duel so far.
Definitely shows the coachability, if you will, of what is such a young team for North Carolina. Really buying into what the coaching staff wanted them to focus on this week. Because as we were discussing, wrestling is very much an individual sport, but you can have team themes. And that's playing out for North Carolina. Aggression at the start of these bouts, and it's led to success throughout the night.
And that's why great wrestling teams are interesting to look at, because it's a lot of individuals who have all been very good, very successful throughout their careers, coming together, and you're still focused on your individual success, but also, you know, it means something to put on a North Carolina singlet, to put on a Pitt singlet, so that team part does come into play.
Forceful return to the mat by Santiago, who, as you mentioned, meaning something to put on a North Carolina singlet. It is Santiago who steps in at 157, where last year Austin O'Connor won a national championship for the Tar-Heels.
I'd say that's some big wrestling shoes to fill.
Santiago building up large bank of riding time in the final seconds of this first period. And a really good start for Santiago to build off the effort last week against Ed Scott.
Yeah, that's a really good first period for Santiago, coming off of the Ed Scott win against NC State. That, you know, really raised him up kind of on a national wrestling stage, made him someone to watch at the 157 weight class. And a great start, like you said, 3 points, so you're up 3-0. You also have a bank of riding time and a quick escape.
Goes up by 4 and stops the riding time clock. Santiago, like Lackland McNeil, preparing to compete for a spot in the Olympics. He'll go to the Pan Am Championships to try and represent Puerto Rico in Paris this summer. And even though that's international competition for McNeil and Santiago, Nick, it heavily involves their college coaches. Tony Ramos travels with Lachlan throughout the summer. And so just seeing the involvement and the ability of these Tar Heel wrestlers to juggle, trying to compete for a spot to represent their nations and also compete for ACC championship. It's pretty impressive.
It's very impressive, and it's also, that goes into when wrestlers are looking at colleges, what they're looking for, because your coach is more than just your college coach. If you have ambitions to be an Olympic wrestler, to do anything on an international stage, they're your coach year-round usually. So, you know, you build a really close relationship, and a coach can mean the world for a good wrestler.
Santiago's got the left, trying to strike, in control to go up big in this one. There's 3. Was able to wrap the right arm around just over top of the right knee of Keslar.
Yeah, Santiago able to get behind, get the 3 points to now have a 7-0 lead. 2 minutes almost of riding time. Just dominating Keslar right now. This is really the best you've seen Santiago look all year, except for that win against Ed Rita NC State.
Keslar does get away, put himself on the board with an escape point in the waning seconds here. But Santiago with his second takedown in as many periods.
And like you said, he gets that leg, and then it becomes like a dog chasing its tail. They're just going to go in circles, but once that right hand gets on that hip, that's the takedown, 3 points, and Santiago with a really good first 2 periods.
Has a dog ever caught its own tail?
I don't think so. Never seen it done.
Same here. So now Keslar's going to be the aggressor, and Santiago's going to be prepared and have to be ready defensively for the aggression from Keslar, in need of 2 takedowns here.
Yeah, right now you're looking at 8-2, 2 takedowns to even things up for Keslar. But Santiago's still the aggressor. He's still trying to put on points, and with the way he was able to take down Keslar and how confident he's been in the last 2 matches now, it makes complete sense.
Riding time point is secure for Santiago, so in essence, the score is 8-2. Sweeps the leg in for 3 more.
That was another good job by Santiago. Very similar, gets behind as that last takedown. This time he didn't get the 3 initially, had to bring down Keslar to the mat. Does just that. Now an 11-2 lead.
Very much in bonus point territory here for Sonny Santiago. He has 4 major decisions on the year. This 5th one would definitely be his most impressive. Keslar keeping a foot in.
And in the end, in this one, Kessler's not aggressive enough. He's only shot once in this whole match, and Santiago has been the one going after legs, pushing in. There's 8 seconds left. He needed 2 takedowns. He hasn't taken a shot in the last 30 seconds. So Santiago just had full control and took it to the end.
Santiago does grab the riding time point, so 11-3 is your final in this one. And Sonny Santiago with his 5th major decision of the year. North Carolina keeps on rolling here tonight. What a job by Santiago to follow up that upset win over Ed Scott last week. Picks up a bonus point win over Keslar and Pitt. North Carolina rolling.